Hey friends, just a heads up. In this show, we touch on mental health and some other heavier topics. Nothing too intense, but we want you to take care of yourself and those who may be listening with you. Also, all opinions are our own and not affiliated with 21 Pilots in any way. Listen with care, and thanks for being here.
Are you okay over there?
I'm good.
What are you doing? You're like stimming out a little bit.
I'm not stimming out.
You were like blinking and going weird.
I had something in my eye, so I was trying to blink it away.
And then you started bopping to the tunes, man.
Well, I can't help it. I have to like up and down like a...
Yeah.
It's funny.
It would be the overcompensate video game would slap with this song.
Totally.
All right. 100%. Well, welcome back to Clickbait.
Hello.
You probably knew where you were based on that intro sound. I think we're the only podcast in town with that intro music.
I hope so. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm not sure what we would do because it's not anything we can do about. So.
Yeah. I think we might be the only podcast in town doing this. Period.
No, actually. I'm actually a little PO'd.
Uh-oh.
And I'm not going to say the name of the other podcast because I don't want people to go find it.
Good strategy. I like that.
But remember when we were deciding we were going to do this?
Yeah.
And I looked on podcasting places, all the things.
Yeah.
And I tried to find other podcasts to just see like if we were A, going to use someone else's name, and B, somebody was doing the same thing we were doing. And there was like no one.
But now there is.
There was one podcast that had like interviews with actual people, which is really cool, but they haven't done it in years.
Yeah.
And then there was another podcast that hadn't had an episode since like 2020.
Yeah, that's when privateer
Something
podcasting
like that,
really
or 2021,
took off in
like
2020.
Years, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. Well, this other podcast just started doing weekly again.
What?
Yeah.
They must know we're out there and they're trying to compete. There's no competing with this.
They're not doing, from what I can tell, based on their very sparse notes, they're not doing like in the news and lore dives like we're doing. They're just doing song analysis and they're going like in order.
Okay.
Which isn't exactly the same, but
listen,
still.
There is plenty of room for everyone out there in the podcasting world.
Sure, fine.
Go right ahead, whatever your show is called, and do
We're
your show.
on the payroll, everyone can live comfortably?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. We don't need to worry about competing with others.
All right.
We got our own lane, and thanks to all of you, the downloads are doing swimmingly. They're looking good.
Good.
We got a follower update?
Oh, I didn't even do that. Yeah, I mean, let's see. We've surpassed 500.
Woo!
On the TikTok. So we are currently sitting pretty at 524.
Oh.
524 followers.
That's quite a bit more than last time I looked.
I have 106 notifications at the moment that I need to take a look at some point.
Influencer.
There's that. And then let's see.
Do we need to hire a social media manager?
I thought that was me.
Considering we're not getting paid, we're not hiring anyone.
We are very close to 300 on Instagram. We are at 281 followers.
Whoa. Wow.
So
that's almost as many as my personal
We're getting
page.
there. I think it's maybe due to something else that we'll talk about later on. But yeah. And then are you ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Doubled my Twitter followers. I'm at 21 now.
Dang.
Bam.
Man, move over.
Move over.
You know, Elon or whoever has the most out there. I don't know. But move over. We're coming for you. 24, baby.
We'll be there. 21.
21. I gave you a little extra
21
credit.
pilots.
Sorry.
21 followers, 21 pilots.
Oh, you should cut it off right there.
Stop it.
Don't
Nobody
allow
else
any more
follow me.
followers. Yeah. Turn it private. Require permission when they say no.
Remember when we were going to get a new car recently? I wanted to get a 2021 Honda Pilot, so I had a 21 Pilot.
Yeah, so does everyone else in the fan base.
It'd be awesome. All right, moving on.
Let's get into it, shall we?
In the news. Let's do it.
In the news.
There was a casting call.
There sure was.
So...
Are you going to do it?
Well, I actually did go sign up.
Of course you did. It's in LA though, right?
It's in LA. So I'm thinking I'm probably not going to get it. But if I do, I am totally flying out there to be in this video. So somebody found it, posted it on Twitter the morning that it first came out, which was the 31st of July, I believe, is when it came out. And the deadline to submit your application to be in these videos was for the 1st of August. So it was 3 casting calls. One sounded like it was for some banditos. The second one, I couldn't quite figure out what it was for.
Bishops, right?
No, well, that was the third one.
Which one are you trying to be?
Well, I did the bandito one because that's the only one that fit within my age range.
I'm not saying you have weird ears or horns or anything, but you could probably play Ned. Like, you guys are roughly the same size, height-wise. So
it's not very nice.
Yeah, you're right. As it came out, I thought this was not going to go well.
It's kind of rude, actually.
I just meant because you're short and little like Ned.
But Ned is fat and has hair growing out of his ears.
I don't know anything about his weight, and every human being has hair growing out of their ears, whether you like it or not.
I mean,
it's just a fact.
Mine's not visible in blue, so.
Not yet. It will be someday.
Anyhow. Yeah, so the casting call was out there. Somebody found the link to it. When you clicked on it, it said music video Breach. So that's how we knew it was a music video for Breach. Because I was like, how do we know this is for 21 Pilots? It's in LA, blah, blah, blah. And so it did. Well, come to find out that, oh no, so I guess it came out the 30th then. Because like I said, the deadlines were to submit by August 1st. They had closed it by the 31st already.
So I have a question.
Sure.
Why is this a thing now? How come nobody did this during Clancy?
They might have, and we just didn't know.
Well, nobody posted about it, and we were definitely paying attention.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. I think like that I think a lot of it goes like through Twitter or goes through like Real Bear Media or something, like things that we don't necessarily follow.
I do. I didn't see it.
I don't
That's
know.
why I'm asking. Because
why are you asking me? I don't know.
Like, for example, Next Semester and Paladin Straight all had extras.
Right.
I don't think any of the others really did. And so why didn't we see any of that for those?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I think we're just paying more attention now. Everybody's like super tuned in.
I don't know. I have no idea why we know now. But anyway, so the point was that by the 31st, they had already closed the application. Nobody else could submit. So I think what happened is it like blew up and fans were,
we're
all, yeah.
That makes sense.
So not only did they close the application, they also changed. It no longer says Breach. It says Glow. Yeah.
Okay.
It no longer says Breach music video. It now says Glow music video. So.
Trying to throw people off the scent, I bet.
Yes. I think they're trying to get the fans to not, 'cause they want actual actors.
They just want randos in there?
No, they don't want fans. They want like an actual actor that knows how to be an extra.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're not asking for fans to apply.
Are there? I thought extras were just fans usually. They're not like professional.
No, this was a professional casting call. It was through a professional agency.
Oh yeah, they were paying people, right?
So
I guess extras usually.
It was $175.
Hey, I'd do it.
I would do it for free.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, the casting call, it was interesting, and I tried to sign up, but you had to pay to use the casting calls services basically. And there was like a 14-day free trial, but I wasn't going to go through all that. So
thank you for not doing that. As your husband and not co-host, I appreciate you not doing that.
Yes.
Because we would have forgotten, and then we're going to get charged. Next thing you know, you're in SAG, and you're an actress,
exactly.
And it's over.
I know.
You're going to leave me for some hot actor dude. It's all over. So
sure.
Thank you for not pursuing
100%
that.
It's over.
So what do you think they're casting for? Which video? Because someone posted a photo.
Yeah.
Some weird dude named Tyler on his official account.
Weird dude.
Posted a photo that certainly looked like a music video, because unless they're started to rehearse in parking garages.
Hey, there's some really good acoustics.
Agreed. But yeah, it looked like a music video, but it looked like a toned down music video from what we've been getting recently.
So I think, this is my theory, that it's going to be like Clancy, where the non-lore music videos are going to be homemade-ish. And then we'll get more videos like The Contract for the lore-related ones.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that too, but I should give credit where credit's due, even though I don't know the name or the handle. I saw someone else post that online. Oh, I do know. Stolen Potential. That guy that does a bunch of great things. he mentioned, other than me,
It's a very good description for his channel. That guy that does a bunch of great things. He's also going on vacation to Colorado, or a work trip, to Colorado. Anybody paid attention today?
Oh, really?
He's traveling.
Weird. Yeah. How long is he going to be there?
I don't know.
Maybe I'll see him there.
I don't think so.
Weird. Anyway, he does great things, and I think he mentioned this in one of his videos. So, hey, I tend to agree, but then I think it's going to be too much like Clancy, so I don't really know what to think here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like this is a continuation of Clancy, but I know that Tyler didn't want that to be that way. So, yeah, I don't know.
What about Josh's look?
Oh, Josh. So, yeah, we have all black hair. We have black drums like Heavy Dirty Soul.
Wait a minute. Do we have all black hair?
Because we have all black hair.
I couldn't really see like around the back or anything.
Unless he's got like a skunk stripe going down the back that we just can't see. It's all black. And it's short. Did you notice that? It's really short.
Yeah, it looked almost like I don't know. Like it was, somebody said like a Lego figure.
I don't want to say this because I feel bad about it. But the first thing I thought of was Prince.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like Prince.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
Super curly on top and like really short.
Yep. I like the old timey looking shirt though. I mean, like, I feel like this is I feel like he looks younger with the shorter hair and the shirt and everything. I think it's like a callback. Maybe this is like a throwback look.
Well, remember that with all of our song predictions we've been making, I've been feeling like they're calling back to other songs.
I don't know if I'm on board with that yet. I know you keep saying that they're, some of these songs sound like previous songs to you, or that's what you're getting from the previews. Mm-hmm. And I get that. Maybe that is what's going on. I don't know.
I just feel like they're trying to get back to where it all started, like a blurry face kind of thing, going in that circular cycle situation, but we're going to finally cut it off so it doesn't start all over again. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, but it kind of negates the whole premise of backslide, I guess. He didn't want to get back to where he started from. Right.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what they're going to show us is that, yes, like the cycle is continuing, but like we're going to stop it now.
We're going to break it in half? Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like we've always said, I could be incredibly wrong, and in a few months we'll come back and we'll say, yeah, that was so wrong.
Have we given up on a single? Or are we just going to go forward with the videos?
This picture, though, I feel is something's going to happen. Like he doesn't just normally post random pictures. Like there's got to be a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Either there's going to be an announcement that we're going to get music videos for everything again, or...
Yeah, something's happening.
That's going to be Drum Show.
Maybe.
Everyone's like...
Very convinced that Drum Show...
Pretty sure that Drum Show is going to be our next one. And it's Josh and it's drums and it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Josh and drums. That's what I hope everything Drum Show will be, is Josh and drums.
That's what I'm hoping as well.
Yeah. It'd be weird if it was Tyler and drums. Wouldn't really make sense. But yeah, so we'll see. When do you think this video is going to come out? Before September 12th?
I have absolutely no idea. I thought I had theories and they all just have flown out the window.
Yeah, it's getting a little crazy, but
yeah. Hey, it's okay.
We did have one good announcement for all you football and video game fans out there. The contract will be in Madden 26, apparently.
That's the rumor.
Our son said that EA Sports really loves 21
do.
Pilots. Or they signed some lucrative contract. I don't know, but they've been in a lot of games lately.
Yeah, they've had Heavy Dirty Soul. They've had Midwest Indigo was in one last year, I guess. Heavy Dirty Soul was in 2016 and 2019 or something like that, someone said.
Yeah, they've had a few songs. I think Overcompensate was in NHL 26 or something, maybe, or 25.
Yeah, I don't know which particular games have songs in them.
Yeah, we're not big gamers over here, but yeah. So, hey, good for them.
The list of other artists is pretty big.
Yeah, and I feel like,
nice.
When you're playing these sports games through EA, it's kind of like it's in the songs are in the credits, or when you're choosing like your outfit or your uniform or what an idiot. When you're choosing like your uniform or what stadium you want to play at, that's where it's like playing. So it's not like it's front of mind for the player. the user. But, I think that it's still exposure, because you might hear it in the background and be like, man, this song slaps. I'm going to Shazam it.
Well, and they're not just going to put like dumb songs on there.
Yeah, and
it's
the
on there
credits
for a reason.
It is.
This isn't even in our notes. The Contract is number 1 on the alternative playlist 2 weeks in a row now.
Wow. Incredible.
Yes. And speaking of stats, did you know that Chlorine has now surpassed 600 million streams on Spotify?
No, I didn't know that. Tell me about it.
Well, you do now.
Wow. Hey, just real quick before we move on from the video games.
Sure.
Did you know that the contract is going to be EA Sports? It's in the game. I just always wanted to do that on a microphone. Oh. It's in the game. It's great. All right. Anyway,
yes.
600 million. That's a lot, right?
Yes. 600 million, I would say, is quite a bit, actually. And it's actually the 5th song to do that, to surpass that, obviously. So you want to take a guess what the number 1 streamed song is? I bet you could probably figure it out.
From them?
Yeah.
Stressed Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
It has 2,727,728,528 streams. It gets 683,897 daily streams.
Still?
Apparently.
Wow. Well, some of those are me, because I will not fast forward that song. I do not skip ever.
Well, that's good.
That song gets played every time.
We also have Heathens is number 2 with another 2 billion. 2,051 million.
It's a lot. Don't worry about
17th, yeah. Then Ride, and then Tear in My Heart. So, yeah.
I love it.
They have a total of, 19 billion streams total. Oh, over 19 billion.
Yeah. Wow.
With 5 million streams daily.
But nobody knows them. They're terrible.
Who are they?
Who are these guys?
Who are these people?
Who are these weirdos? What is this weird
dead
music?
10 years ago.
Yeah. They only have like 2 songs. Ooh, what is so weird? Right. Anyway, moving on. We saw Linkin Park.
We did.
Live in concert.
Yes, we did.
And I cried.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was right from the first song I started crying.
If you want to hear me crying, go to our TikTok and you can hear my sob screaming in the background. I
didn't post my crying, but I did, because it's just was very moving to hear, even though someone else was singing it, to hear that song again. And I saw Linkin Park in 2003 with Chester, and everything just came flooding over because it's so close to the anniversary of his death. And
yeah,
it was just very emotional. But then it turned better. And you see a room full of people like healing all at once, just similar to a 21 Pilots concert. Yeah. And it was good. They sounded good.
They did sound really good. I was very happy that it seemed like Emily got some support from the fan base, which was great.
Yeah, she's coming around.
I will say, from a fan's perspective, they did a phenomenal job. The show was great. But I still got to hand it to Josh and Tyler. It's just the two of them up there doing it all, and it's so entertaining.
Yeah, there were
not that Linkin Park was not entertaining. I'm not saying that. I am not saying they were bad by any means whatsoever. I just feel like the 21 Pilots shows just still completely knocked it out of the water for me.
I totally hear you. And there was 8 people on stage.
Yeah.
And they moved around to their different things, but there wasn't a ton of visuals. They couldn't do pyro based on the stage placement, but it's still and I pardon the pun, the boys are overcompensating because there's 2 of them. They realize they have to have a little more antics and stage presence. So I get it, because there's 8 different people to watch in Linkin Park. So
sure,
you don't really have to do backflips and stuff. But.
Yeah, no, I get that. And Josh just does his backflip. That's his thing. But there's a lot of the show, and I know that based on my photo album.
Yeah.
Of just, Josh is always at the drums, obvi. But just Tyler standing there at the microphone. He's not always moving around and doing crazy things. But I still feel like it's entertaining. And I feel like the visuals that they have are very nicely placed and very thematic and go with the songs that they're singing. Whereas obviously we were supposed to be looking at the artists for Linkin Park. It wasn't about the visuals behind them, but it was just weird lasers.
Yeah.
That's not, okay, but like,
well, I've seen a lot of bands across a lot of genres, and
right.
Some just go out there and play their instruments. That's their thing.
Sure.
But more and more, I think we said this when we talked about me seeing Tyler, the Creator, more and more they're getting like a storyline to it. And
sure.
Like a production, but nobody does it like these guys.
And again, I am not saying by any stretch of the imagination this was not a good show. It was very, very good. It was very entertaining. I enjoyed it thoroughly. They did a phenomenal job. I just wanted to hand it to Josh and Tyler for just being the two of them up there. And
yeah,
I mean, not 1 second of the show was I like, okie dokes, let's move on to something else.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's a good show, but it's not a great production, I guess.
Sure.
And that sucks because everyone works real hard on it, but their style of production is just not as big of a thing that 21 Pilots do. They're very theatrical. It's very fun to watch.
Yeah.
And be a part of.
Yeah. No, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I wanted it to be longer. When it was over, I was like, no, more songs.
Well, with that said, and to just kind of close up the news, I think I converted someone at my work, and I'm so proud.
Very exciting.
They come and tell me that they want to go see a Breach Tour show.
What?
And it's because of me talking about it so much, and they started listening to the music more and looking at videos, and they're like, I want to do this. They said this is a decent band. And I said, whoa, nay.
Whoa.
More than decent. Please go to a show, see them live, and report back.
And you'll never be the same.
But they're into it, man.
Like me.
I love it. They're into it. And that's all that matters.
Remember how much I absolutely just did not want to hear them at all?
Yeah, I do.
And then you took me to a show, and then that was it.
You're in the passenger seat rolling your eyes like, not this again.
Yeah.
And I said, just see them live, and then shut up.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And I did. Actually, I didn't shut up. I talk more now.
Yeah. You're leading the pack.
All right, moving on to 21 Pilots fans doing amazing things. This is going to be kind of an opposite of that, I guess.
Doing not amazing things?
Doing not so amazing things. Although I am going to choose to see the good in the bad because that's what I do. I'm a positive person. We had a little bit of a clicky dramageddon going on Twitter. I'm not going to get into it. It's not important. If you don't know what it is, you've been living under a rock. If you do, great. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's done. It's over. Everyone has said their piece and we've all moved on.
Some people have been living under a rock or they don't use those platforms because I have seen some posts on the Facebook groups that are like, please, someone tell me what's going on. Yeah, that's true. So they're late to it. And
well, it is all over Twitter and TikTok.
Yeah. Those are the two primaries.
Just take a look at it. We don't need to go through it again. For our particular, we put out a statement about it. We do not condone getting into these guys' personal lives. They are humans. They deserve to have time off. Just Indeed. Like we do.
Yeah.
We don't want people from our work coming to see us when we're on our weekends, right?
God, no.
So I don't think they want that either. So we do not condone stalking or following these people.
No.
Ever.
And I want to point out, you can be a super fan. We're super fans without doing that.
Without being disrespectful.
Do something else with it. Like make some art, do something creative, make a podcast, make a YouTube. I don't know. But there's got to be something better.
Celebratory and praiseworthy, not crazy weirdo.
Yeah, because I guarantee you that if you say you went to their house or went to a place they frequent and you actually see them and you go bother them during their family time, you're probably going to get a reaction you don't like.
Yeah.
And it's going to spoil everything you believed about them.
Well, yeah, you just don't do that. Don't bother them. It's not nice. But it's also not nice to, rudely call out people.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need to do that. Anyway, I don't want to go into all this.
Yeah.
My point is,
this show's for.
The TOP fans doing amazing thing part is the support from both sides. And everybody just saying, let's just band together and remember why we're here. It's because we love this music and it's because we love these guys. Let's kind of like move on in a better way.
Yeah.
Use
our power for good.
Using our power for good. Starting a little 21 Pilots renaissance over here on clicky Twitter. So, yeah. I applied to be part of the Renaissance.
A click-a-sance?
So far, no one has... Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. I have doubled my followers.
What do you mean you applied? There's an application out there?
Not really. I just said, hey, if you want someone new to follow, come follow me.
Oh.
That's what I said, basically.
Way to capitalize on other people's misfortune. Nice.
I didn't exactly say it like that.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so let's just hope that people learn from their mistakes and move on in a bigger and better way.
Excellent. Well, speaking of moving on.
Yes, moving on.
What's next?
Oh, the lore deep dive.
Listen, I have it on good authority that people enjoy the splash, okay?
Who?
I don't know. Nobody really.
Nobody.
No one said anything, but no one's complained. We haven't lost any listeners since I started doing it.
Well, we don't really know that.
Oh, I keep analytics, man. We have gained in listenership since the splash. That's how I know.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
lore deep dive. I was trying to figure out, we have so many different things that I could do. And I have this huge list of stuff I've been writing as I've been researching. So like I'll research something and something will come up and I'll be like, oh, that's a really good one to do some other time. And I'll put it in this list, right? So I pulled up our list to see what I want to do next. And I decided to pick something that's not on the list at all. Something completely different and new. And I would like to talk about Trash the Dragon today.
You know, just like a tree where the roots just go everywhere, there's so many different lore highways you can go down. And they all lead into different things. So I think you'll find lots of content for a long time.
Oh, yeah. So I picked Trash the Dragon because I've been listening to Scaled and Icy a lot lately.
You're the only one, apparently.
No. It's just been in the car and, you know, our Apple Car Play thing puts the album up and it was sitting there and I thought, oh, I want to know more about Trash the Dragon. So
Don't you love how sometimes a song will pop up and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm going to listen to this one where you may have skipped it in the past, but all of a sudden it just stands out and I'm going to start doing this. Like I had a phase with Never Take It for a while with that. Just listen to it every time. Now it's back on the skip list with the.
I can't with that
I know
song.
You can't. I know you can't with the 50s backup singers.
Oh no! Oh, I can't with that song. I just can't. There's like 4 songs I just can't with those songs. I won't say which ones they are.
Yeah, we probably.
Although now you know that Never Take It is one of them.
But yeah.
I'm sure everybody has those songs that they're like, oh god, skip.
No, not this guy.
Oh, stop it.
All of them, man.
You're such a liar.
Play it loud.
You're a liar.
I only skip it because I'm trying to get to another one that I like better.
Sure.
But it's not because I hate the one I skipped.
Yeah, sure. All right. So Trash the Dragon. When I started this research, I had no idea, as I say every single week, that it was as big as it is. So, you ready? Are you strapped in?
I'm strapped in and ready to go. Let's go. So,
the first appearance of Trash the Dragon was because of that Dema.org website that I talked to you about that we'll do a dive in at some point on.
Yeah.
So at one point before the release of Scaled and Icy, this message popped up on Dema.org that said that it was going to be shut down, basically. So, of course, fans went crazy, started saving everything, doing whatever they could. And then suddenly they get this warning notice from the municipality of Dema, from the United Violists, saying that this website is a violation and it's been shut down and it has like an error code on it.
Yeah, violation code.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this violation code ends up being a cipher, as it always is. And people find out that there's a scaledandIcy.com.
Okay. I never knew that.
Yeah. So when you go to scaledandIcy.com, it's literally just a blank screen of blue scales.
Okay.
Okay.
Like dragon scales.
Well, you can't really tell. They're just like a scalloping. We know they're dragon scales now because it was trash.
Yeah. Okay.
We know trash. Back then they didn't know what that was. But somebody, and I couldn't, I tried to go down the rabbit hole and find out who or what decided to do this. But they did /dragon. And sure enough, trash pops up. Okay. I don't know if they did like /fish, /mermaid, like trying to figure out what scales are. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's how it went. I can't.
They just started plugging names in like in a National Treasure. Like
yes.
Labule.
So if you don't know what that reference was, ladies and gentlemen, please go watch National Treasure 2 because it's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they're both awesome. Yeah.
They are both awesome.
And we already referenced National Treasure 1, I think.
We did.
In another episode.
No, that was 2. No, that's 2.
Well, anyway, big National Treasure fans over here. And we referenced it once before. So if you're not in the know, go get in the know.
Go get in the know. Yeah. Go watch them. All right. Anyway. But yeah, so they put /dragon. Then we get a glimpse of Trash for the very first time. Further research, because that's what people do. They realize if they scroll over the O in something, in like Dima or something, they scroll over the O, it takes them to hidden posters advertising the live stream experience. And that's where we see Trash the Dragon is on the cover of the next album, Scaled and Icy.
Who has this kind of time?
I don't even know.
I mean, clearly you do because you just did this, but
well,
who has this kind of time to find these little Easter eggs? And backing up even further, who has this kind of time to create this?
Well,
they've got to have a team. Like
that's what
mentioned.
I'm saying. They have to have a team.
They have to.
And then when I get into the next part of all of this lore, I'm sorry, but if Tyler knew about this, this man's brain needs to be studied for science.
Well, I agree with that. There's
he's got to be off the charts genius.
Listen, I sit down with the ukulele or something and think, hey, maybe I could write a song. I know enough about music, and I can't put a sentence together with the music or anything like that. For him just to be able to sit down on his porch and be like, oh, these chords sound cool. And then I think I'll put the words to the craving to it. Or next semester, like what is going on?
Yeah.
Up insane. There's a lot going on in that
dome. Yeah. So they find out that Trash the Dragon is on the cover. He is on, I think there's like 3 different posters or 4 different posters for the live stream experience. And Trash is in it in a different capacity each time. So there's one where Tyler's like sitting and like he's kind of curled up next to him. And then there's one where he's like flying over them. And there's another one where he's like literally in Josh's head. The dragon.
What about the one where the head is open and they're like both in it? Is he in that? Or am I thinking is that Josh's head?
I think that might be the one you're thinking of.
I don't know. Hopefully you'll post all these as part of this episode propaganda and I'll get to see them.
Sure. The very first actual appearance we see, though, of Trash the Dragon is in the Shy Away music video. So when he flies over them.
Yeah.
It's like at like the exact minute mark or something is the first time we see it. And then he's gone within like 30 seconds. So he's there. He also makes an appearance in the Choker music video, which we'll get to in a minute toward the end of this conversation. But I want to tell you where Trash came from. So he's not just a, drawing that somebody made up. It's an actual drawing from a man named Walter Crane. And he illustrated fairy tales and poems in the late 1800s to early 1900s. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's actually famous for he has a lot of illustrations out there, but one of the special ones is for a poem by a man named Edmund Spenser, and it's called The Fairy Queen. And this is an epic poem. And so for those of you that don't know, I'm not saying it's epic because it's awesome. An epic poem is an actual thing.
Thanks for clarifying, because I was like, whoa, is there like a far out poem
right.
too?
Oh, it's totally awesome,
badass poem.
No.
Yeah.
Although it is a very good poem. An epic poem is a long poem that usually tells about the deeds or the adventures of a hero. So it's like a hero's journey kind of poem. Yeah. This particular one is actually one of the longest poems in the English language.
Whoa.
It has 4,000 stanzas. If you don't know what a stanza is, it's like the little paragraph in a poem.
Here we go. English professor.
I just want to make sure everybody knows.
Hey, once per episode, it's got to happen.
Hey, you heard it here. You can go carry it on to your life and you can look like a genius. So you're welcome.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. It follows several knights as a way to highlight like different desirable characteristics, like in fairy tales when they want kids to be. You just sit there with no headphones on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, like in fairy tales when they want kids to be like honest or obey their parents, they'll send a witch out there that eats only liars. I don't know. So,
wow.
So
Where do I get one of those?
So this particular poem is highlighting knights with virtues that are supposed to be things that you would want to emulate. And it was written for Queen Elizabeth I, who rewarded Edward Spencer the price of £50 a year for the rest of his life. That doesn't sound like much, but in the 1500s, that was close to about $22,000 today.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take it.
So $22,000 a year for the rest of your life. Not terrible.
You'd need a second job, but it's all right.
Well, yeah.
Whatever.
So the book has many characters, and one is actually Prince Arthur, who we might know as King Arthur of the Round Table, which is kind of cool. It's before he was a king.
Wasn't a king yet.
Yeah. And there's other characters that figuratively represent people and ideas that were popular during this time period, like Mary, Queen of Scots. And I'm not going to go into the history because it's so much, but it's really fascinating. And if you ever want to read into that history between Elizabeth I and Mary, Queen of Scots, it's kind of cool.
Is there a Mary, Queen of Jeffs, the Lord of Biscuits, or anything?
No.
Mary, Queen of Bruce?
Scotland.
Oh,
Scots.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the characters is actually the Red Cross Knight, and he represents the virtue of holiness and of England. So he's like he's the hero. So of course it's England, right?
Yeah.
And Red Cross, there's a big Red Cross on the,
Yeah.
Okay. So he's the Red Cross Knight.
Yeah.
And he's recruited by Una, who represents the virtue of truth. And she hires him to kill a dragon that represents the false church. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's threatening her parents' castle. So that's kind of like the premise of the story. And the Red Cross Knight goes on all these adventures and meets all these different knights with different virtues and slays all these different, dragons and bad things.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're probably like, who cares? Why does this matter?
Yeah. Give it the music already.
Well, I mentioned Walter Crane. He drew this amazing image of this dragon. And this is the dragon that they have taken trash from. But the dragon is the dragon of deception.
Yeah.
What?
I just had a thought when you're probably like, whatever. I wonder if Tyler, like late at night, is laying in bed or something and calls Josh. And, like in his monotone voice is just like, hey, I wanted to run by you this dragon from Walter Crane and it does this thing and the deception, whatever. And Josh is probably like, cool, bud. Can I get the drum part? Like, just send it over. I'll play the drums.
Yeah.
Or if he's like, whoa, man, that's cool. Yeah. And what about this? How do you think that goes?
I think he's probably like, great. I like that idea.
Yeah, great, man. Yeah.
Way to go, Tyler.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, good night.
All right. See ya. Yeah. I got Deb next to me. Gotta go.
Okay.
And Tyler's probably just like, oh man, I thought somebody would care.
Yeah.
Then he starts telling Jenna and she's like, all right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, is that Tommy?
Yeah.
Gotta go. No,
I'm sure they're all in.
I'm sure they're all very supportive.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on. Anyway, so you kind of like, I don't know, ruined my dun 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 moment.
Oh,
It's the dragon of deception.
You already said that.
I know, but what is Scaled and Icy?
The album of deception.
It's propaganda. It's meant to deceive.
Yeah, it is.
Hello. Are you not
right?
getting that? I'm sorry. That was mind blowing.
I'm getting it. I get it.
So yes, we said Scaled and Icy is supposed to be propaganda for the citizens of Dima. They're being deceived by the songs and the imagery that were coming with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not the end of the correlations here. There are more characters in the story that seem to fit this Dima story narrative. First, I want to remind you that the Red Cross Knight is meant to represent holiness. Okay, so faithfulness, holiness, that kind of thing, which we know is a big part of Tyler's identity.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's another character who is actually named Despair. That's the name of the character.
Yeah.
Okay. Despair uses his persuasive powers to try and convince Red Cross to end his own life.
Oh,
that's
sounds
part
familiar.
of the story.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know. Who does that sound like to you?
It sounds like this whole thing.
Sounds like Blurryface to me.
Sounds like this
and
whole
Blurryface
storyline
is supposed to be what? The representation of what?
Your brain.
Depression.
Yeah.
despair.
Yes.
Boom.
Boom.
Crazy. Sorry. I love this stuff. This is just so cool for me anyway.
Now, do you think Tyler goes and reads all these old books?
That's what I'm saying. That's
or
what
just
I
little
was kind of hinting at
to...
when we were talking about there has to be a team. Because like, if he knew this, I'm sorry. That's insane.
Hold on. Well, let's think about it real quick. If you're a musician and you're in the off season, you're not touring, you're not writing,
sure,
or you're thinking about writing, what else is he doing? I mean, I know he has a family and stuff, but he probably there's 24 hours in a day.
I'm sure he's mowing the lawn and
sure, but
helping
I'm sure
do
he's
the dishes and laundry.
Also spending a good amount of time reading this stuff or researching it.
Sure.
Like, let's not sell the guy short. I bet he's like really, really going down these rabbit holes.
It's possible
to provide this for us.
Sure.
I don't think it's a team of geniuses working behind the scenes.
Well,
just handing him this thing.
And as I'll get to in a minute, the dragon was actually something that he has had for a while. So it could just be that he was like, find me some cool epic stories of dragons.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I think
kind of went with something that worked out well, or read it and was like, oh, this sounds just like what I'm trying to do. This is perfect. We're going to use this, who knows? I don't know. Maybe someday if we ever get a chance to talk to him, we will ask.
Yeah. And he'll tell us some lie. Like
probably.
He does. Yeah.
Like he does. All right. So let's talk more about Walter Crane for a minute. But yeah, I just want to talk about him for a second before we get more into Trash Dragon, because there's just a little bit more about Trash, but Walter Crane's actually really fascinating. He has some other interesting correlations to the Scaled and Icy album that I want to kind of talk about here. One being one of his most famous works is for a song or a poem, I guess, all around the mulberry bush.
Oh, he's the guy that did that?
Mm-hmm. No,
okay.
he didn't write it. He illustrated it.
Oh, okay.
That's one of his most famous works is the illustration for All Around the Mulberry Bush. And so we know we've got Mulberry Street. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm.
And the song All Around the Mulberry Bush is literally about going around and around in mundane circles and never changing. It's just
a cycle that never ends.
Going in. Yes.
Yeah.
Going in a circle that never ends. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you look at the cover, the fonts and the design choices are also done in the same artistic style that Walter Crane used, which is called Art Nouveau. It's more of like a modern take on it, but Art Nouveau is very like curvy. It uses lots of nature and vines and like female figures because they're, flowy hair and curves and all that stuff. So even down to the font, it's like lots of curls and serifs on it, is this Art Nouveau style that Walter Crane used.
If you don't know what a serif is, you're going to have to look it up.
I would really hope that people in this modern day and age know serif and sans serif fonts.
Yeah.
I would hope. Okay. So Walter Crane actually had his very own philosophy or like a set of beliefs that heavily influenced his work. And remember I told you that he wrote this poem for Elizabeth I. Or not, sorry, he didn't write it, illustrated the poem for Elizabeth I. Mm-hmm. And that many of the characters in there also represented other key figures in the historical time period. Well, that's because Walter Crane is what's known as a propaganda artist. So when I think of propaganda, World War II is the first thing that pops into my head, because for us here in American history, that's our first real, taste of it.
Yeah.
So that was their job, is to persuade people to believe these things with their art.
Yeah, their cartoons, the old political cartoons and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was his job. He was a propaganda artist. He was strongly opposed to capitalism, and much of his works depicted like evil beings that were hoarding like money or riches, while the heroes in his work were people that were trying to release it or save it or give it to people that needed it, right?
Yeah.
So just as money and greed had begun to control the world of Walter Crane, sounds the same as the bishops taking control of Dima. And once again, bringing it back full circle to the fact that Scaled and Icy is supposed to be a propaganda album. So why not choose a propaganda artist to emulate, right?
Okay, so I think I got it.
Sure.
I think when Tyler's in his writing creative mode, he says, I want this album to be about this, to reflect in the storyline, and then goes and looks for things.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
That have to do with that.
Yeah.
But what I want to know, if I ever get the chance to pick his brain and he's telling me the truth, I want to know when he thought the 5th album in the cycle or whatever it is would be propaganda. Like, how long was he thinking about this? Or did it just pop in his head one night?
Yeah.
And now I need to go look for all this stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me with all the throat clearing people, by the way. I think I'm coming down with a little something, but as you just heard right there. But I think
it'll
that
be
he...
your turn to sound all stuffy.
Yeah, I think that he's... I just really want to know where the thought process goes. If I ever had a chance to talk, that's what it would all be about.
Yeah. Well, and we have heard, too, that Tyler was heavily influenced by J.R.R. Tolkien's books, like The Hobbit.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. And the Middle-earth saga. And in that, there's also a dragon. His name's Smaug, and he hoards all the treasure on the Lonely Mountain from the dwarves. So I think we kind of have this idea of dragons already. You know?
Did you look that up, or did you just know that?
I know that.
Wow.
How do you not know The Hobbit?
I haven't read it or seen it.
I haven't read it either, but there was like a really cool movie when we were kids.
Don't get all defensive and get all angry with me.
I love The Hobbit.
I was just going to say that you, in the best way possible, you are a nerd.
I am.
And I love it.
I'm a nerd. That's okay.
All right, anyway.
I'm happy to be a nerd.
Yeah, and I'm happy to have you be my nerd.
Thanks. But anyway, so I just want to get back to dragons. So I just told you Tyler was influenced by Middle-earth and J.R.R. Tolkien and that dragon. He actually mentioned in a BBC One interview that he has this little tiny small dragon figurine that he likes to look at when he's trying to create things. And he makes this comment about if he can focus on one part of his room, which might be this dragon, and begin to imagine it flying around or doing all these other things that he knows is in the right mind space to start creating and using his imagination, if that makes sense.
Like Imagine Dragons?
So, yeah.
Oh.
Weird.
Do you think that's how they got their name?
No. I don't think so at all, actually. So trash, like Ned, actually represents Tyler's imagination and creativity. And also his escape from Dima, which is his imagination and his creativity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So a couple of things I want to mention about Trash the Dragon. We have the word destroy hidden in his scales, right? And we also have a little map, if you look at it.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
Clancy Way, which is the street that we're getting our character's name from, in the scales as well. So people think that it's trying to say destroy Clancy. And we've also been told that Scaled and Icy is what is it? Not anagram. Is it anagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. An anagram for Clancy is dead.
Right.
And if we're going to take this full circle, like we like to talk about, into Walter Crane's characters, we have the character of Truth, right? Una, who I think Clancy would be personifying the truth of bringing the truth to Dima, right? Clancy's bringing the truth to the citizens of Dima. If we're saying that Clancy is dead, then with Scaled and Icy, we're saying that truth is dead. And this is all a lie. This is complete deception. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. That's deep.
I know, right?
Man, there's so much here. Every time we do this show, I just like...
Sure.
My mind's just like spinning around, trying to think of everything that's going on.
It's crazy. Okay, so I've got one more thing that I want to add. In another interview, have you seen those interviews where people can like ask a question? Yeah. And they rapid fire the answers?
Yeah.
Usually they're silly. But someone said, how did you come up with Trash the Dragon? And I don't know if you notice, but in a lot of interviews, they don't really go into Dima a lot. They don't really talk about the lore. They might mention it, but they don't really like tell the story. Yeah. It's almost as if they want us to tell the story instead. But this was one of the first times that he really referenced Dima. But I also mentioned it before in a couple episodes ago. But he says that a trash dragon is what the Dima citizens use as a slang for a vulture. So it's thought that Trash, the dragon, has been a vulture that's been morphed into this dragon somehow.
Okay.
And the reason people think that is because he actually has several different forms in the music videos that he's been in. He can be a dragon that stands on 2 feet with like wings as hands. He can be a dragon that swims, as we see in The Outside on Saturday.
Right.
And he can walk on all 4s with like wings as well. So he kind of like morphs into like different types of dragon. So that's kind of where people are getting this idea that he might be a morphed vulture. Also, now that we're talking about vultures, we have the album Trench, right? Which was supposed to be a bandito call to the citizens of Dima. Hey, we're here for you. We're going to help you, kind of a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all the bandito colors. We got that new color scheme that has all their special colors, that yellow that the bishops can't see, right? And it has what on the front of it?
A vulture.
A vulture.
Yeah. Clifford.
So then if we go now and take a look at Scaled and Icy, which is supposed to be to the citizens of Dima from the bishops, we talked about the color scheme and how it's the opposite because they thought they were using the right colors, but they weren't, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If we see Trash as a morphed vulture, then it's basically the Trench album, but flipped and redecorated.
Oh, nice.
Boom. Oh, God.
I don't know if it calls for that, but we have to do it once a show, and there hasn't been any jokes.
Yeah. So that's Trash.
I love
a lot more than I thought.
That
I thought
was
it was
really
just going to
great.
be like, Tyler really likes dragons. Oh, and
Or trash.
Interestingly enough, that little dragon figurine that we got from
Big Fun?
Big Fun
Mm-hmm.
is the dragon that he has in his studio.
Well, not the exact one.
No,
like,
not
we didn't
the
take
exact from his
but-
hand. No,
Yeah.
but that's the one that he has.
Yeah.
That's where they got it from.
Cool.
So,
I love that.
yeah,
That's pretty neat stuff.
very cool.
So I have a question for you and for the audience when you post this imagery all throughout the week. If I were to get a trash dragon tattoo, which version should I get? Walter Crane's drawing? Should I get the album cover? Should I get some interpretation from a video? Like, what should I get? Because I know in Walter Crane's world, there's several different where like one, the head's like almost like cracked upward and it's blowing fire. Like, what should I get?
Well, I told you what I like. I like the one where he's got his mouth open and he's blowing smoke because it's like he's dying. You've destroyed him.
Yeah, I like that one too. I think that's what we'll go with.
Although now that I know it's supposed to represent Tyler's imagination and creativity, maybe we don't want to kill it.
Well, it's already, is it dead?
Yeah,
Did
trash is dead.
In Saturday, yeah?
No, outside in the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. That was great. Very deep.
Thanks.
Nice dive. I like that. Are you ready for the song of the week?
I'm ready.
I need your help.
Why?
How does this word say?
Anathema.
Anathema.
Yes.
I can't say it. I always want to say anathema or,
Yeah,
or
it's anathema.
anathema, which just sounds like some Southern Meemaw's name.
Meemaw.
Anathema from Regional at Best, the 9th song on the album that shall not be named. And
that we do not talk about.
Listen, you will not be posting any clips from this
I
or
will
anything.
not because they will take it down.
It'll get taken down and we will be shamed. But I
Yes.
really like this song from Regional at Best. Luckily we were able to get the CD and I've watched it before on YouTube and that's how I have access to the songs. So if you don't, I don't mean to flex on you like, oh, I have this. You can see it on YouTube. I think it's still there. Someone's made like lyrical
Oh yeah, they're all over the
videos
place.
of all of them. So they're out there. If you haven't heard Regional at Best yet, you should. It's like, I think 50% Vessel, really, but underproduced and raw sounding.
Right.
And then there's some different songs on there that don't appear anywhere else, like this one, Anathema. Anathema?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so first let's get into what does that word mean, besides being difficult to say. It means something or someone that one vehemently dislikes. And hopefully you know what vehemently means, but that means you really do not like that person.
You are, yeah.
Or that thing.
It's
so
a very strong dislike.
yeah, the dictionary.com had things like racism, for example.
Sure.
Most people, hopefully I would like to say all people, but most people vehemently dislike racism and what it stands for. So that's a thing. I vehemently dislike I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody out there I really don't like, but I vehemently dislike Gilmore Girls. How about that?
Stop it.
Perfect.
You're so dumb.
The second meaning in dictionary.com was a formal curse by a pope or a council of the church excommunicating a person or denouncing a doctrine. I feel like both of those could have meaning to Tyler.
Oh, sure.
Just based on what we know about him and what he sings.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's quickly get into the lyrics. It kind of starts out with a chorus, I guess, or a pre-chorus. I wouldn't say it starts out with like it doesn't sound like a normal song to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no real hook to it, I guess, at any point.
Yeah.
And then the rap part is at the end and it just abruptly stops. Like there's no real bridge.
Yeah.
I guess. I'd love to play it for you, but I don't want to get canceled, so I'm not going to play it for you. But the lyrics start out with, "You will never know what's behind my skull, so won't you say goodnight so I can say goodbye?" Second stanza is, which we learned what stanza means earlier.
Yes, we did.
"You will never know what's under my hair, so won't you say goodnight so I can say goodbye?" Those are both two ways of saying like you'll never know what's in my head.
Yeah, like
right?
what I'm thinking.
And I feel like most artists could have just said, "You'll never know what's in my head," or "You'll never know what's in my brain." But Tyler likes to do these weird ways of saying something, you know what I mean? Or a different way of saying something to get you to think. Mm-hmm. And I just thought it was really cool the first time I heard this, like, yeah, my brain is under my hair. It's a really creative way to say that you won't know what's in my head. The third one is, "You'll never know what's under my skin, so won't you say goodnight." I'm not going to keep reading that part, but it keeps saying, "So won't you say goodnight so I can say goodbye." Mm-hmm. For this one, I think he's talking about like his heart, what's under his skin. Because now we've moved on from the head and we're saying skin. So we don't know what's under what he projects to the world.
Yeah.
And I take that to be his heart.
Okay.
That's my thoughts on it. The fourth one says, "You will never know what's in my veins." All right. He's either talking about heroin here because he was a user. I don't think he was. Or in my opinion, he's talking about like his life, his family, his blood. You'll never know.
Yeah. I take that as like, you won't know what keeps me going, keeps me alive. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
What keeps me alive. I can't think of another way to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I'm taking it.
And then the next one now gets into kind of like a different kind of chorus where it says, "Won't you go to someone else's dreams? Won't you go to someone else's head? Haven't you taken enough from me? Won't you torture someone else's sleep?"
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know. What does this all mean? Like, do you have any thoughts initially?
Well, yeah, but this is
Well, I just want to know because I feel like each week we kind of go into what does this mean? And we want to know the meaning. And I go looking online and people say, this is the meaning of the song. I feel like we got to stop doing that. What's your meaning of the song?
I mean, I don't usually do that.
You may not, but there's a lot of people online. There's tons of YouTube videos that say, this is what this means. And people stand on their pulpit and say, this is what this means. And I declare
I think
this is what it means. But I think we need to, they're good for reference, but you should really listen to it in your own context. What's going on in your own head, your own life. And what does it mean to you?
Well, I think we do a really good job of making sure we say that basically every week. This is what it means to me, and this is what I'm taking from it. And I've noticed as I've been posting the song predictions that we've both been doing, there's actually quite a few where we have opposing ideas.
Yeah.
Like, I believe it's going to be something like this, and you believe it's going to be something completely different. And like, I think you actually said it in the one I posted today about downstairs that we made the joke like it could come out and it could be neither one of these things. Or you could choose to listen to it in the context that you believe.
Right. Right.
So I think we just make it clear that this is what we think it is. We're not saying this is the meaning. We're saying this is what we've unpacked it to be. And I think sometimes, you know, we said it already last week, but sometimes you might be listeners out there and go, oh, wow, like I didn't even think about it in that, in the terms of that. And maybe it opens up a new door for you. Or maybe you're like, yes, finally somebody agrees with me. Somebody hears the same thing I do. And that gives you that like little,
exactly,
somebody knows what I'm talking about kind of thing. So,
and I think the newer songs kind of go around a central theme of Dima and the lore.
Sure.
We can all kind of take a general meaning from that as well as apply it to our own. But with the older songs, I think it's even more important to really think about it in your own context, because we don't know that they have a central theme. They kind of do, mental health, suicide, things like that. But
sure.
I feel like these older ones on Regional at Best and Vessel especially that are not lore centric are really open to your own interpretation, and that's what you should do. Okay?
Okay.
So for me, this song really relates to me because I think the struggle to fall asleep relates to everyone, but it really relates to me. Like, I really have a hard time falling into a good deep sleep. And I'm old now, so by the time I fall asleep, next thing you know, I have to get up and go pee. And now I have a hard time falling asleep again.
It's
it's okay. That's not a bad word.
I know, but
listen, that happens to old people.
Seth, don't say pee.
Fine, I have to go to the bathroom, and then I have a hard time going to sleep again. I just desperately want this sleep where everything shuts down and I can get this rest. But it seems like when I finally have turned off for the day and put my mask away and stopped performing for everyone else is when my brain really starts to go into overdrive.
Sure.
It's like time to think, time to figure out life. And that's not the time, you know?
No.
And then I saw some people say online that this really talks heavily about suicide. I feel like that's everyone's go-to with a 21 Pilots song that's doing some kind of review or deep dive into what it means.
Yeah. It's like the therapist is like, oh, it's your mother.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm kind of getting
the
tired
one
of
thing
it.
that like everybody... Yeah, actually I didn't think of suicide when I heard this.
I didn't either.
And
I don't get that with a lot of them. But I think that's what everybody goes to because it's easy. And suicide's a big part of mental illness. I get it. But sometimes our thoughts that keep us up at night are not necessarily that bad, where I just have to kill myself. They're about what do I have to do tomorrow? And how did this person perceive this presentation I did at work? Or am I making sure I'm doing the right things as a husband or a girlfriend or a spouse or a partner or whatever? Am I a good parent? It's
sure.
These questions. It's not necessarily everything's so terrible I must unalive myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
With this song in particular, I didn't get suicide vibes either. I really think Tyler's talking to his blurry face, which we all know what that is. I don't have to go into that.
Yeah.
At this point, he hasn't given it a name yet, but I think that's what we're referencing eventually, and it builds into that as the records go on and the story goes on. Like we talked about last week and many weeks, Blurryface is the collective of all his anxieties. So he's the leader bishop that has all of them. Some of them represent different little things and they're not as heavy, but Blurryface is all of them. He's the ultimate bad guy. And this happens sometimes in the quiet of the night with all of us. Like it's, like I said, you take your mask off, you're alone. Sometimes for me, it happens in the car, which is kind of like a car radio reference. If it's quiet in the car and you don't have that radio to distract you, you can really start thinking about things there. Anytime you're really alone and just not having to, I don't know another word for it, but perform for other people with your mask on, you really start to think about all these things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to talk about the song musically. I already mentioned that it's kind of non-traditional to me. It kind of has this really cool buildup and crescendo. It starts out kind of slow.
Mm-hmm.
And toward the end, it gets into this kind of violent rap, which we'll go over the lyrics in a minute. And I was listening to it over and over again so I could really be prepared to talk about it. And I noticed in the rap sequence right in the middle of it, this really loud, violent scream.
Oh.
It's kind of scary. It's kind of terrifying.
Oh.
Because he's rapping about all this stuff. And like I said, we'll do the lyrics in a minute, but I don't know. It's just, it's a completely different direction from what the song was in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And now that there's a scream in the middle, it just really tells me that there's a lot of angst and fear and things going on in this, what is ultimately trying to fall asleep, and this thing that keeps tormenting him.
Yeah.
Next time you listen to it, listen for that scream. It's like really pronounced. You can't miss it once you know it's there. So the rap part gets into it, and it starts with, like I said, really fast, really kind of, his tone takes a more violent tone, I guess, if you will, more violent sound. I start to part two halves of my heart in the dark, and I don't know where I should go. And the tears and the fears begin to multiply, taking time in a simple place in my bed where my head rests on a pillowcase. That's been reused recently, right? In the contract.
Mm-hmm.
A lot goes on in Tyler's bed, and I mean that in the cleanest way possible.
Yeah, hey now.
Well, he does have 3 kids, so I mean,
hey.
So lots going on, a lot of ways.
At night.
That bedroom of theirs is a traumatic, a crazy place.
Okay.
A busy place.
Let's move on.
And it said that now I can't figure out, is this lead or lead?
Lead.
And I can't hear. Okay.
But I forget. It's the lead and the get.
Okay. Got it. And I forget that I let another day go by. I want to be afraid, but it seems that these days I'm caught underwater and I'm falling farther. My heart's getting harder and I'm calling my Father with a capital F. So that means the Lord and Savior, God. Yes. Right. Am I screaming to an empty sky? Again, he's questioning his faith, like we see as a recurring theme. Empty sky, no way. That's me, because one half of my heart is free. Empty sky, no way. That's me, because the other half of my heart's asleep. End of song.
Yes.
No fade out, no nothing. It just abruptly ends. And so, I don't know. I really like this song because, like I said, it speaks to me. I go through this as well. Maybe not the questioning of the faith so much, but the just trying to figure out life in my head happens at night. And it's rough, man.
That's when it's quiet. Sometimes quiet is violent.
Nice. Yeah, it is. And yeah, I don't know. And like I said, just musically, I like this, how it kind of builds to that climax at the end where it's like, oh my God, what is going on? And now that screams in there and it's just very chaotic. The music behind it's very chaotic. It really paints an accurate picture of this and how you could have anathema toward this conflict in your head. Like you can really hate that, I guess.
Sure.
All right, I'm done.
All right. Well, do you want me to say my piece? Or?
Definitely. Why not? Why wouldn't I?
So if I remember correctly, because I haven't heard this song in a while, doesn't it have like a drip sound in the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got like a weird little drippy sound.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like, I don't know if you've ever been trying to go to sleep and you hear like every noise. It's not so much in our house now because we've got, our phones or our clocks and things like that. But I remember being a kid, and especially when I'd have to sleep over at my grandparents' houses, they had like clocks in every single room and I'd hear the tick, tick, tick of the clock.
Yeah. It's the propaganda videos for the contract reminded me of that.
Or like the... Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Or like the drippy faucets or things like that. So I'm wondering if this is like I'm like just trying to fall asleep here and now I'm starting to think of these things. And the reason that it gets so violent at the end is because it's at that point where you're like, I am just so tired and I just want to go to sleep. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Another thing is the ceiling fan, when it would just like and a lot of his imagery is ceiling fan related.
Yeah.
Because you're staring up at it.
Absolutely. So that like drippy water thing just had me thinking like, I can imagine they're just sitting here trying to fall asleep and you just hear this like dripping water and it's driving you nuts and keeping you awake. But you said that like people are saying, oh, this is like suicide, whatever. I completely disagree. For me, this song is and actually a lot of Regional at Best is questioning our faith.
Yeah.
So this was released in 2011. So he would have been, what is he, 35 now?
Yeah, or 6, something like that. Yeah.
So he would have been 21, 22-ish, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of these songs, you have to remember, he probably wrote in his teens.
Yeah, with a lot
late
going
teens, obviously early 20s. A lot of stuff is going on. And as a teen that grew up in a religious household, that was that point where I was like, do I really care about this? Like, is my faith really that important? When you're a kid, you're like dragged to church and you're taken by your parents and it's something that you go to for them because they take you there and you believe in it because you're a kid and you that's what you think. But as you get older and even like get more educated, you start to like question those things and wonder like, is that really true? And that's the point when you have to make your decision for yourself. Are you going to continue to be faithful or are you going to fall out of the faith? And when you read that definition that was, like a cursed by the Pope or whatever, I felt like that's kind of what goes on with a question of your faith. It's like almost like the Pope is like disowning you in a way, like your faith is disowning you if you don't continue.
Yeah, 100%.
So it kind of could feel like you're getting that way, right? So I feel like this song is him struggling with the two halves of his heart. One wants to be faithful. The other one isn't so sure.
Or at least wants to question it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like this, you'll never know what's behind my skull. So say goodnight so I can say goodbye. And the won't you go to someone else's dreams and someone else's head is like, I don't want to say the devil, but like temptation, trying to tempt him away from being faithful and thinking these good thoughts. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, you know, he gets down to the end in the rap part that we talked about when he says, I'm calling my father. I'm screaming. Am I screaming to an empty sky? Like he's asking God, can you please like almost like send me a sign, like show me that I'm doing the right thing here.
Yeah.
But am I praying? Am I yelling to nothing? Or is there really someone that's listening to me? And so the very end when he says, no way, that's me because one half of my heart is free. One half of his heart is with the Lord and free and knows he's going to be saved because he's already saved, right? But the other half is asleep and isn't sure just yet. But he ends it with asleep because I think this might be where people think, oh, he killed himself, he's dead. No, I think he finally fell asleep because he realizes, no, you know what? At least half of what I believe is okay.
Yeah, I get that, but
so that's
let me ask you a question. What if it means one half of his heart has free will and that's the questioning? And I'm screaming up there, and oftentimes when we're questioning and we've lost a little bit of our faith, sometimes it seems like those prayers are not heard because we've kind of betrayed our God. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but I think what you are mistaking as free will, because free will was a gift given to us by God. He gave us free will.
Yeah.
And, you know, as our faith says, this might not be your faith. So please don't, you know, we're not trying to tell you this is the one true thing. Our faith would have us believe that God gave Adam and Eve that free will and they chose to betray him. But yet the point of it was that he still loved us so much that he sent someone to save us from those sins.
Right.
So the free will part, I think you're mistaking as not the ability to make our own choices, but the ability to turn our backs and give into temptation.
Okay. I get it. Yeah. I was seeing it as like maybe the part that's asleep is asleep to the truth of what he always has known and been told. Like, I'm not interested anymore. I want to question.
Yeah.
Just kind of reversing it. But I think that whole line of screaming to the sky really illustrates what we've all been through at some point where it's like, please just give me anything. And sometimes when you're in that moment, the thing you're looking for is right in front of you.
Yeah.
But you just can't see it.
Right.
Crazy.
But I feel like those last two lines are him finally saying, okay, I think I have enough now to fall asleep. Like I've screamed myself out.
Yeah.
And I think it ends so abruptly because he fell asleep.
Yeah. And musically, that's what the song kind of does. It's like this questioning and then it ends with screaming and then, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
screamed
like when
myself to sleep.
When our kids were toddlers and they were having a fit and then suddenly they were just so tired that they just
I'm out.
Conked out. Yeah. Like that.
I think we should start doing our show like that. We start real kind of mellow and then by the end we're screaming. Just screaming and then it just stops.
And then just turn it off.
Yeah.
Done.
That'll wake up our friend though that we put to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
right. Well, that wraps it up.
I
don't think this show was that good.
Little bit.
No, I'm just kidding. Great job, babe. That was awesome.
I was thinking that was a really good show.
You really did so great.
Thanks
for explaining all the things. And you're just really great at this. You should really do this like as a thing. You're so good.
I do.
I think we're so good together. Like this is just unbelievable podcasting.
So good. Yeah.
Everybody should listen.
Okay. I think
everybody should tell all their friends. If you go to the Apple, please like write a review and say, man, that guy, the male presence is incredible. And the female is so smart. Everyone should listen because the rating is good, but the review is better.
Yeah.
For getting us noticed and whatever.
Oh, I think I should also point out, I said, Seth, don't say P. Your name's not Seth.
It's not. Not at all.
That's but from the OC.
Yeah, people will probably get the reference.
You 90s friends out there, 2000s friends. Yeah.
Well, Anyway, we hope we gave you some thought-provoking things to think about as you try to fall asleep. Don't scream. You might scare your neighbor or your partner. But you figure it out and think about the things we said.
Yeah.
And hopefully it brings you peace because we are clickbait and so are you.
Stay alive, friends.